You are standing on a mountain. 1 minute, it is a beautiful winter day. The next minute, the clouds drop, the wind screams, and the world disappears. There's no sky, there's no ground, there's no horizon. You are inside a ping pong ball. This is a whiteout. It is the most terrifying sensory experience in nature because it strips you of your primary survival tool, your vision. In a whiteout, you don't freeze because you are cold. You freeze because you are lost. And you walk in circles until you collapse. Today, I am giving you 10 tactical navigation protocols to fight the white darkness we are going to. Hack your vestibular system, use tactile feedback to see the invisible, and use math to defeat panic. You need to watch until the very end because tactic number 10 is the grand finale. It is a desperate, last resort measure to detect the most lethal trap on the mountain, a trap that your eyes cannot see until you are already falling to your final point. Let's get to work. Number 1, the contrast. Grenade. You are walking, but you feel dizzy. You feel like you might fall over even though you are standing still. The science of the pain. This is called the Ganzfeld Effect. When your eyes are exposed to a uniform, unstructured field of white light, your brain shuts down the visual cortex because it has no input. It stops processing depth perception. You literally go blind with your eyes open. You cannot tell if the ground is flat, steep, or a cliff. This leads to severe vertigo and nausea. Your brain starts to hallucinate just to create data. The pro solution, you must break the white void. You need a contrast grenade. Take a dark object, a glove, a piece of bark, or even a dark colored hat and throw it 10 or 15 feet ahead of you. Or make a dirty snowball if you can find soil. This dark object gives your eyes a focal point. Suddenly, your brain can triangulate distance and slope again. Walk to the object, pick it up, and throw it again. You are literally buying your vision back, one throw at a time. Number 2, the tail gunner. Alignment. You think you are walking in a straight line towards safety. You are absolutely wrong. The science of failure. Human beings are asymmetrical. One leg is slightly stronger or shorter than the other, without a visual horizon to correct your path. This biomechanical imbalance causes lateral drift. You will naturally drift to the right or left in a whiteout. This results in a perfect circle. Survivalists have been found at the end of their line just 100 yards from where they started, after walking for 10 hours in a loop. The pro solution, stop looking forward into the white nothingness. Look backward. This is the tail gunner technique. Every 20 steps, stop and turn around. Look at your own tracks in the snow. They should form a razor straight line. If they are curving, you are drifting. Correct your bearing immediately. Your past tracks are the only reliable truth, and a whiteout, your future path is a guess. Number 3, reading Sastrugi. Frozen waves. Your compass is spinning, or your GPS batteries just died in the cold. You have no idea where north is. The concept, the wind is your architect. Look at the snow surface at your feet. You will see hard, frozen ridges of snow that look like waves. These are called Sastrugi. The pro solution, Sastrugi, are formed by the prevailing wind eroding the snowpack. They are fixed arrows frozen in time. If you know the prevailing wind in that area, for example, if storms usually come from the west, the Sastrugi will be a line west to east. They run parallel to the wind. The steep, scoured side points into the wind, the long, tapered tail points downwind. Use these ridges as a physical compass on the ground. Lock your angle of travel relative to these waves, and you won't need a magnetic compass to hold the straight line. It is reliable and permanent, like the terrifyingly unstable terrain we will deal with in number 10. Number 4, the wind cheek lock. The Sastrugi tell you the history of the wind, but the current wind is your active guide. The sensory experience. In a whiteout, you lose your sense of direction instantly. If you turn your head to check a zipper, you might turn back and start walking 90 degrees off course without knowing it. The pro solution, remove your face mask or balaclava for a moment. Expose your cheeks. Turn your body until you are facing your desired bearing. Feel exactly where the freezing wind hits your face. Let's say it's stinging your left cheekbone. That is your wind lock. As you walk, maintain that exact sensation on that exact patch of skin. If the burning sensation moves to your nose, you have drifted right. If it moves to your ear, you have drifted left. It is a painful but highly accurate biological gyroscope. Number 5, the human leapfrog. Navigating alone in a whiteout is a nightmare. Navigating with a partner is a tactical advantage, but only if you use military discipline. The science of separation. The tendency in a storm is to huddle close together. This is a mistake for navigation. If you are standing next to each other, you are both blind. The pro solution: use the human leapfrog. Send your partner ahead to the very limit of visibility. Maybe that's only 30 feet. Stop them. Use your compass to verify they are on the correct bearing. Signal them to move left or right until they are perfectly aligned. Then, walk up to them. Repeat the process. Your partner acts as a living waymarker. The human beacon in the void. It is slow, but it guarantees a straight line. But what do you do if you are alone and the ground in front of you simply disappears? That is the nightmare scenario of number 10. Number 6, the pole drag tactile horizon. The light is flat. This means there are no shadows. Without shadows, a 50-foot drop-off looks exactly like a flat snowfield. You can walk right off a cliff without seeing it. The sensory pain, it's called the phantom drop. You take a step expecting solid ground and your foot finds nothing. Your stomach drops into your throat as you tumble. The pro solution: you need a tactile horizon. Take your ski pole or a long walking stick and drag it behind you as you walk. Hold it loosely in your hand. If the tip of the pole suddenly drops away and you don't feel it dragging anymore, stop instantly. You are on a convex roll or a cliff edge. If the pole handle jabs up into your palm, you are walking into a snow wall. You are using your hands to feel the slope that your eyes cannot see. Number 7, the sun diviner thumbnail trick. The sky is a heavy, gray blanket. You know the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but you can't see the sun. The physics of light, even through thick cloud cover, the sun is still the brightest light source in the sky. The clouds diffuse the light, making it hard to pinpoint the source with the naked eye. The pro solution: you need a reflector. Take out your knife and hold the shiny blade vertical, or simply hold your thumb up and look at your polished thumbnail. Rotate it slowly. The reflection on the shiny surface will show a distinct bright spot or glare when it is angled towards the sun's position behind the clouds. It concentrates the diffused light. This gives you a rough directional fix, okay? The sun is there. It's afternoon, so that is roughly west. It's crude, but it's better than guessing. Number 8, vegetation flagging. You drop elevation and start seeing lone, stunted trees. These are not just plants. They are data points. The science: trees that grow in high wind environments are shaped by the wind. This is called crumholes formation. The wind extinguishes the branches on the windward side, the side the storm hits, and encourages growth on the leeward protected side. The pro solution: look at the treetops. They will look like flags, with all the branches pointing in one direction. This direction is almost always downwind. If you know the prevailing storm winds are from the north, the trees are pointing south. They are biological signposts telling you which way the wind has been blowing for the last 50 years. Use them to orient yourself. Nature is always talking to you. You just have to speak the language, and you definitely need to listen to the warning I am about to give you a number 10, because gravity doesn't negotiate. Number 9, the dead reckoning pace count. Panic destroys your perception of time. You think you've been walking for an hour. It's been 10 minutes. You think you've covered a mile. You've gone 300 yards. The mental trap in a whiteout without visual landmarks. Your brain cannot process distance. You will overshoot your target or stop way too short, convinced you are lost. The pro solution: trust the math. This is dead reckoning. You must know your pace count. How many times your left foot hits the ground in 100 meters, usually 60 to 70 pairs of steps. For a man in snow, tie beads to your pack or put pebbles in your pocket every 100 meters. Move a bead. Ignore your feelings. Ignore your fear. If the map says the cabin is 2 kilometers away, you walk exactly 2,000 meters worth of paces. Do not look for the cabin, look for the math to end. Number 10, the pack pendulum cliff detector. This is the grand finale. This is the tactic you use when visibility is 0. You are on a ridge line, and a single step can mean falling 1,000 feet. The threat: cornices. These are overhanging shelves of wind-hardened snow that stick out over the edge of a cliff. They look solid from the top, but they are hanging over thin air. If you walk on one, it breaks. In a whiteout, you cannot see the edge where the rock ends and the cornice begins. The pro solution: this is the pack pendulum. Tie your heavy backpack to your longest rope or placard. Hold the end of the rope. Before you take a step forward, throw the heavy pack blindly into the white void ahead of you. If it hits the ground with a thud and the rope goes slack, the ground is solid. If the pack disappears, pulls the rope tight and swings below you like a pendulum. You are standing on the edge of the abyss. You have found the cliff. You haul that pack up. You turn around and you crawl. Do not walk away from that edge. It is slow, it is exhausting, but it is the only way to sound the depth of the ocean of white before you drown in it. Whiteout navigation is about suppressing panic and engaging logic. When the world goes white, your mind must stay sharp. In the next video, we will dive deep into emergency snow shelters, what to do when you can't walk anymore. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Stay focused and stay safe.